Welcome to Motivated Results. So I want to show you guys my deload workout. I recently got into a conversation with someone about deloads. I had to explain a little bit of what they are, what the reasoning behind them are, and I'll make a video about that very shortly. But because of this conversation, I thought I'd go ahead and just record the workout for today and show you guys what I do. With that being said, keep in mind that there are many other ways to deload, and this is just kind of what I'm doing. First, as always, I always start off with a little bit more stretching mobility work. My upper back, lower traps kind of area was really awkward this morning. So what I ended up doing was using the kettlebell to apply a little bit more pressure or more weight compared to just using my own body weight. Then moved on to a little bit of foam rolling on my hamstrings, and I think I followed that up with the quads as well. While I do this, I'm going to kind of talk over it. So for some of you that don't know deloads, basically when you take a little bit of time off, it gives your central nervous system a break. And so what you're going to notice me doing in this workout is going really light. For the most part, I kept the number of sets, very similar to what my normal workload is, but I did bring down the weight to about 50%. So might seem light, but it is, it's a necessary evil. I'll explain to you guys later on what prompts deloads, and besides proper programming, by the way, and why I decided to take a deload. This is something I want to show you guys. I posted a picture on Instagram before about doing this, and this I took the peanut, and because as I mentioned earlier, I had some tightness in my back, primarily kind of the upper back. So I took the peanut, laid on it, and then used the kettlebell to apply a little bit more weight. You will see that I kind of rolled on it a little bit. Usually I wouldn't suggest this only because the peanut will get very uncomfortable. I would just say lay on it. Find the tight spot, then lay on it. Here I kind of found another tight spot and just kind of laid on it. It hurts like a mofo, but it's always good to kind of break loose that tension. And sometimes it requires a little bit more work than just this. I started off really light this time. I really went and warmed up to 50% with really light weight. There goes my phone. I need to silence this thing when I do these. One thing I will say is that because the plate is so much smaller at a 25 versus a 45, I realized that my range of motion on that lower end really is horrible. I need to really work on getting deeper in that wide sumo squat stance. Need to work a little bit more on flexibility and mobility. I didn't show you guys the complete thing, but I did use some of the goblet, kind of the squat movement I showed you guys in the previous video. And looking at these aren't bad. I actually kind of like this angle, although you guys are really just seeing is my ass, because it allows me to really keep an eye on that lower back region. And this would be great for max effort days because I can really see how much my back bows. For the most part here, I managed to keeping it pretty straight throughout the workout. One thing I will say that I definitely considerably need to work on is speed off of the ground. In my mind, these came up really fast, and while working out, I knew they weren't, but I was hoping they would, and they just weren't. So I know that if I had a little bit more speed off the ground, I would be a little bit better. So that's something to work on. And I believe I did 5 working sets at this weight. I think it's 200. So, not bad. After that, I moved on to front squats. Lightweight again, just kind of working on mobility. I really use these days to work on my technique and really make sure that I'm going deep enough. I kind of like this camera angle. It allows me to really see how deep I'm going. I felt like I was going deeper, but it also might be because the camera is a lot lower than what it seems like. Did a couple warm-up sets and did I think 3 working sets on this. Afterwards, I moved on to some extensions and hamstring curls, which I did not film because it was just running out of time, and I was actually in the middle of people, and people get all awkward when it comes to the camera, and I don't want to get told not to film anymore, so it is what it is. So I got this, and I kind of did a little bit of ab work afterwards. I mean, deloads is just deloads, simple work. Just try to keep the heart rate up. Really don't need any rest between sets. But that's it, guys. I'm going to be explaining what deloads are in a future video, and I'll show you guys my thoughts on it, when you should apply a deload if your program doesn't already have it programmed in, and why I decided to take a deload this time around. Questions, comments, let me know. We'll see you guys next time.